If your boss isn't keeping close enough track of your performance, then you need to help. There are 5 ways to help your boss more closely monitor your performance. Provide drafts or samples of your work in progress on a regular basis. If you want to make sure the work you're doing meets the requirements of the boss, you don't want to wait until a routine review of the work comes along. Even if you have a clear deliverable with a concrete deadline, you don't want to wait until the final deadline when you deliver the final product to find out if the deliverable you're creating meets the expectations of the boss. You want to check early and often to make sure you're going in the right direction. The second way you can help your boss monitor your performance is ask your boss to watch you work. If you want to make absolutely sure that you are accomplishing a task the way your boss wants you to do it, this is one of the most effective ways you can get that clarity. Get the manager to use his or her own eyes. Watching you complete a task will give your boss a clear view of what you're doing and how you're doing it. The third method for helping your boss monitor your performance is to give your boss an account. In every one-on-one conversation with every boss, you should be giving a full and honest account of exactly what you've done on your assignments for that boss since your last conversation. These are the concrete actions I've taken, you might say. This is what I did and how I did it. These are the steps I followed in order to meet or exceed the expectations that we set together. Once you've given a full and honest account, you and your boss will be better able to clarify the next steps for moving forward. The fourth method is to use self-monitoring tools. You can help your boss keep track of your concrete actions by making good and rigorous use of self-monitoring tools like project plans, checklists, and activity logs. You can monitor in writing whether you're meeting goals and deadlines laid out in a project plan. You can make notations and use checklists and report to your boss at regular intervals. You can use an activity log, which is just a diary noting contemporaneously exactly what you're doing all day long, including breaks and interruptions. Each time you move on to a new activity, you note in the activity log the time and the new activity you're turning to. The fifth method for helping your boss monitor your performance is to spread the word. Ask customers, vendors, coworkers, and everyone else you work with to give you honest feedback about your performance in relation to them. You could ask them in writing, "How am I doing?" When they respond, keep a copy of the response and consider passing it on to your boss. You should remember one of the most consistent sources of information most bosses have about your work is hearsay. People talk. Word spreads. You should know what people think about your work and use that data as feedback to help you improve. But this feedback will also be important to pass on to your boss so that you have some input in the general hearsay about your work that makes its way to your boss.